Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. A few weeks ago, you'll recall Gina Carano was fired rather unceremoniously on Twitter by Lucasfilm. They took one of her tweets and purposely lied about it. It was taken completely and purposefully out of context because they wanted it to be the ammunition that finally got rid of her, finally silenced her, and in Lucasfilm's case, removed her from the company. What was Gina Carano's crime? Well, Gina Carano's crime was the fact that she had her own opinions. She had her own thoughts, and she put them out there on Twitter. Nothing controversial whatsoever. However, it did go against the echo chamber. It did go against the Borg's mentality of diversity is our strength. And that was why she was fired. Meanwhile, colleagues which expressed horrendous views as regards to America and other places were left alone and not fired. In actual fact, were held up on a pedestal because they did exist and were part of the echo chamber that is Hollywood. Now, since her dismissal, there has been a campaign that has been launched against her in an effort not just to remove her from Lucasfilm, but to complete and utterly silence her and remove her from any ability to have a voice or to share her thoughts around social media. And if you think that is some sort of conspiracy, it's just been reaffirmed a couple of days ago. Now, first of all, of course, Lucasfilm lied about the tweet that she put out saying that it was abhorrent and anti-Semitic, and it wasn't anything to do with that whatsoever. But Disney and Lucasfilm pointed the finger at Gina Carano and said, go get her. Cancellation mob, unite and go get her. Meanwhile, of course, people like Pedro Pascal, who had said some disgusting things, were left with a big thumbs up because he shares their political values. So she was set upon by the Twitter mob in an effort to dehumanize. And then, of course, recently on, I can't remember what the chap's name was, some Saturday night TV show or some late night TV show, a former senator, when Gina Carano's name was mentioned on live television, called her a Nazi and a white supremacist. Utter insanity. But you see, the truth isn't what matters here. Because even as she said it, she kind of laughed. And it wasn't the laugh of somebody that was cracking a joke. It was the laugh of somebody that knew what she was saying was a load of trash. Because it isn't about somebody being these words. It's about associating that person with those words. It's about tarring them. This is modern day tarring and feathering. You have to make sure that words like Yahtzee and white supremacist stick to that person. So wherever they go, whatever they do, when their name is mentioned, boom, the association will be made. This is complete and utter dehumanization of person. And it's sick. The left are now trying to remove themselves from the term cancellation culture. And they're now trying to call it consequence culture. You are being judged by the consequences of your own actions. Bullshit. Because if it was consequence culture, the very first person that would be on the list would be yourself. And your own infractions, your own sins. But they're not important because we've already seen that with Pedro Pascal. What he said and what Gina Carano said No, it doesn't matter. It just matters what side of the political equation you're from. So consequence culture is just bullshit. It's just a way for them to try and justify destroying people's lives. Empty people with empty, soulless husks inside that are desperate to belong to some tribe, desperate to feel as if they are wanted. And we'll get onto that in another video when I talk about Jordan Peterson later. So desperate to fit in that they'll go along with the mob mentality and attack and attack and attack and attack and attack. So Gina Carano gets fired. She gets the finger pointed at her for cancel culture. She then gets a former failed senator on live television call her a Yahtzee and a white supremacist. Now what? More. This is bounding into comics. Twitter adds sensitive media warning to Gina Carano's account to protect users from violent, hateful, or adult content. This is literal insanity. Let's just read a couple of paragraphs and then we'll have a look. The corporate bullying that began with Disney has now come to social media as Twitter has bafflingly, I absolutely concur, added a sensitive media warning to the account belonging to the former Mandalorian actress Gina Carano, claiming that it violates the site's policy on violent, hateful, or adult content. Well, that's a load of bullshit, because we know what Twitter's full of that they don't touch, don't we? Huh? Twitter? Do you want me to spell it out for you? I'll give you a clue. The first letter begins with C. The second letter... Ooh, I couldn't possibly say, but I feel like after this video, I might just go for a P. And you don't remove it because it doesn't violate your terms of service. Oh, you filth. As discovered over the weekend of April the 3rd, users who either do not follow the actress or have chosen to have potentially sensitive material marked by the platform are now met with an alert reading caution. This profile may include potentially sensitive content when attempting to access her public timeline. And if you think that's nonsense, there you go. There's screen caps from all different places of this exact thing. Gina Carano, caution, this profile may include potentially sensitive content. Let me just go to Gina Carano's account right now, shall we? This is Gina Carano's account. Let's just see the horrendously, potentially sensitive content. Well, here's a banner. Come on, let's go full judgmental mode on Gina, shall we? Let's just dissect this banner. Now then, what does this look like? It looks like a digital clock, but instead of numbers, we've got NOW now. What does this say? The time is now. Fucking hell. That's controversial. Let's just see some more sensitive content. Oh, even Gina marks it sensitive content. I totally agree, Gina. Waka, 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 waka. Well, yeah, it certainly gets me in my sensitive areas, but, you know. Let's have a look at something that she's put here. What's it called when the people doing the fact-checking are controlled by the same people doing the lying? Well, that's essentially who watches the Watchmen. That's not a controversial statement. That's a statement which has been in the public vernacular for a long, long time. Who watches the Watchmen? This is commonsensical stuff. Not sensitive, not hateful. Happy Easter. Controversial. I guess. Back to the Future marathon is in full effect. Oh my goodness me. Somebody call the police. Here we go. Here's another statement. Let's have a look at this one. Questioning and doubting the most historically corrupt and fraudulent companies and entities in the world does not make you anti-anything, nor does it make you a conspiracy theorist. Actually, questioning is and should be the place of reason. The fact that questioning has become so taboo should in fact send a chill up everyone's spine. Well, that's not controversial at all. I mean, let's just look at a couple of companies, shall we? First one being Disney. Disney, who thanked the Chinese government, thanked the territory where they've set up over 350 concentration camps where neutering of a race is currently going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, China. Thank you, China. Disney, a company that shrunk John Boyega in their Force Awakens poster because of they know the fact that China, you know, has a bit of a problem with black people. Disney, the company that put a mask over Chadwick Boseman's face on the Black Panther poster for China to disguise the fact that he was black. You know, Disney, that morally corrupt company that's just interested in money, that says one thing, doesn't believe it at all. Don't think there's anything controversial about what she said. Let me just grab another company as well. Activision Blizzard. Most of us are probably gamers here. Activision Blizzard. Huh? A company that recently put out a statement saying, end Asian hate. Yet at the same time, banned Blitzchung, who spoke out against the violence against Asians in Hong Kong by China. Banned them initially for a year and took away prize money, but then reduced it to 6 months because they dare speak out against human rights, because Blizzard is China's bitch. Every company, corporations bend the knee to China and they give no tosses about China's human rights records or anything like that whatsoever. They just want an in because they want this. And that's it. Here we go. Get in, loser. We're going to tell everyone voter ID laws and race are racist and then try to make a COVID passport. It's funny. It's funny, but humor, of course, is dead. Oh, this part had me crying in Austin Powers. We stay together, we survive. This great April Fool's gag that she did. Gina Carano did nothing wrong with Bob Iger wearing it on a t-shirt. Fantastic. This isn't oh, look at that controversial picture. Unity. Holy shit, that does seem to be controversial nowadays. There's nothing controversial here. Jeez, this nearly had me in tears watching this. Oh. Beautiful. There, of course, is that stupid Heidi senator calling her those hideous things. This isn't controversial stuff. To question things isn't controversial. To try and silence somebody, to try and stop them from having a voice, that says you're scared. You're scared of what they're saying. You're frightened that people might listen and go against your own very fragile narrative. So if you think the unpersoning of Gina Carano is a fabrication, if you think it's a myth, we now have former senators, we have Disney and Lucasfilm, and now the biggest social media platform, Twitter. Actually, I think Instagram might be bigger than Twitter now, but you get what I mean. A huge social media platform. All of them conspiring together to silence one person. My God. They must be petrified of Gina. And when corporations are petrified of a single person, that makes me take more interest in them. Because that to me says they've probably got something very interesting to say. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.